Oh my gosh, you won't believe the shocking tea I'm about to spill.
Look, April 11th last year, bad headache. Asked my boy for an Advil. I was gone for 20 days.
Well, I know he poisoned Jamie Foxx, and Jamie Foxx reported him to the FBI because of it. I know that's a fact. You get called to testify if you on camera and some of this footage, and you want to make it a little bit easier for yourself.
Hold on to your seats because this is absolutely mind-blowing. Fresh allegations are swirling around that Jamie Foxx might have just blown the lid off some of Diddy's darkest secrets. We're talking planning schemes and FBI involvement.
Filming, allegedly, or whatever. They told Jamie to chill. He didn't chill, and allegedly Diddy and security beat Jamie. And that's why Jamie was in the hospital. Allegedly.
People, could Jamie Foxx be sitting on the most explosive Hollywood secret ever? One that could literally shake the entire entertainment industry down to its core?
April 11th last year, bad headache. Asked my boy for an Advil. I was gone for 20 days.
And why is Diddy, of all people, at the center of this absolutely wild story?
At the town car with a camera, say, yo, Puff, yo, you gotta let me film this. The whole thing, we need to document this, Playboy.
Okay, listen up, because what I'm about to tell you is absolutely insane. We're diving deep into some shocking footage where Jamie Foxx allegedly spilled everything to the feds. And honey, this isn't just any ordinary scandal. This is about Jamie's mysterious health crisis that left everyone wondering. Was it really just bad luck? Or was there something way more sinister going on? Let me tell you something that'll make your jaw drop. These people, bro, I've been 3 times. Those aren't my words, darlings. Those came straight from Jamie himself. Now, let's get into what really happened to Jamie Foxx, and trust me, this rabbit hole goes deeper than anyone could have imagined. This whole Hollywood-shaking story kicked off with Jamie's sudden hospitalization last year, a shock that left everyone in the industry absolutely stunned. I mean, how does someone as strong and talented as Jamie Foxx just collapse? But here's where it gets juicy. Former music exec Choke No Joke, and yes, that's really his name, dropped some absolutely wild bombshells about what he claims really went down. According to him, this wasn't just some random health scare. Oh no, honey, this was all carefully orchestrated. And get this, he pointed the finger straight at none other than Sean Diddy Combs. During his explosive interview, Choke spilled some serious tea about what allegedly went down at one of Diddy's notorious parties. Word on the street is that Jamie might have seen, or even more scandalous, filmed something he definitely wasn't supposed to. And apparently, this led to Diddy and his security team having what we'll politely call a heated discussion with Jamie. But some say it wasn't just a discussion. It allegedly turned violent enough to land Jamie in the hospital.
Jamie filming, allegedly, or whatever. They told Jamie to chill. He didn't chill, and allegedly Diddy and security beat Jamie ass. And that's why Jamie was in the hospital. Allegedly.
Now, here's where things get even crazier. While Choke admits these are rumors, industry insiders are convinced that Diddy might have slipped Jamie something. And I'm not talking about a business card. We're talking about something that made him seriously ill. But wait, because the most shocking part of this whole mess comes from Jamie himself. During a taping of his upcoming Netflix special, What Had Really Happened Was, Choke No Joke was there in person when Jamie dropped an absolute bombshell on stage. Are you ready for this? Jamie apparently flat out said that Diddy was involved in what happened to him, and then, this is the kicker, he declared, "I'm the one who called the FBI on him." Now, before you think Jamie was just throwing around jokes, Choke, who knows a thing or two about comedy, swears this wasn't a bit. He says he can spot a setup for a punchline from a mile away, and this was Jamie being dead serious.
Jamie Foxx states in the special that Diddy was responsible for what happened to him, and he is the one that called the FBI on him.
But wait, there's more. Diddy's former bodyguard, Big Homie CC, came forward with some absolutely chilling information. According to him, Jamie's health issues might be way more serious than anyone's letting on. He claims that Diddy actually Jamie, which led to Jamie reporting him to the FBI.
And Jamie Foxx, and Jamie Foxx reported him to the FBI because of it. I know that's a fact.
Big Homie didn't just stop there. He insisted that this kind of thing happens in the industry all the time. Can you believe it?
But people, bro, I've been poisoned 3 times.
But here's what everyone's dying to know. Why would Diddy want to poison Jamie Foxx? What could possibly be the motive?
You get called to testify if you on camera and some of this footage, and You want to make it a little bit easier for yourself?
According to Big Homie, he heard Fox tell this story himself at not one, but two comedy show tapings that he attended with a client. But to really understand what's going on here, we need to go back to where it all started, when Fox first got mixed up in Diddy's infamous freak-off parties. Let me tell you about these parties, honey. They're not your average celebrity get-togethers. Fox was a regular guest at these events, which have been surrounded by the wildest rumors for years. Some say these weren't just parties, they were something much, much darker. Industry insiders have been whispering for years that Diddy has ways of controlling people close to him, whether through blackmail, influence, or worse. And Jamie? He was right there in the thick of it as one of Diddy's frequent guests. Makes you wonder what really went on behind those closed doors, doesn't it? Now get ready for this because it's absolutely wild. According to rapper T.I., there was this one time when Diddy allegedly made Jamie Foxx play naked basketball. Yes, you heard that right, naked basketball. Apparently, Diddy, known for his over-the-top parties and larger-than-life personality, came up with this absolutely insane idea to break the ice and make the night unforgettable.
If you want to know like who was probably at these games, just look at like who P. Diddy and Jamie Foxx have been hanging around for years, especially the super successful ones.
I mean, can you even imagine being at that party? Talk about taking things to a whole other level. Love him or hate him, Diddy definitely knows how to throw a party that people will never forget. But the big question on everyone's mind is, did Jamie actually go through with it? Well, honey, apparently Jamie was all in. He didn't just agree to it, he fully embraced the moment and jumped right into that game of naked basketball.
Invite over a lot of like Hollywood's elite to his house for a basketball game, but it was men only.
Now that's what I call crossing some serious boundaries and stepping way outside your comfort zone. But I guess when you're hanging with Diddy and other A-listers, anything can happen, right? But here's the thing. This wasn't Jamie's first rodeo at one of Diddy's notorious parties. In fact, an old clip of Jamie spilling some absolutely shocking details about another one of Diddy's creepy parties surfaced online last year.
Puff, I should document this shit, right? Yo, what's up, Playboy? what you talking about? I said, "Oh, I should get this, man. You, Fonz, the whole nine." He says, yeah, let him through.
Back in Jamie's early entertainment days, when he was still trying to make it big in music, he went to one of Diddy's exclusive Beverly Hills parties. And get this, Jamie, being the clever guy he is, brought a camera along to capture everything. When he asked Diddy if he could film, Diddy was totally into it.
You spent $1.5 million on this party? I said, you come to my house, I'll throw you a party for $400. And it will.
Now, honey, this wasn't just any party. We're talking about a mind-blowing $1.5 million affair. The guest list was packed with A-listers pulling up in cars that cost more than most people's houses. Jamie followed Diddy into this lavish pool party, and guess who his camera caught first? Dr. Ruth. Yes, the Dr. Ruth, the famous Hollywood therapist. Jamie, seeing a golden opportunity, got Dr. Ruth to have this spontaneous conversation with Diddy right on camera. And then, you won't believe this, Dr. Ruth and Diddy just started dancing by the pool to Beyoncé's Crazy in Love. The energy was absolutely electric, darling. The crowd was living for it, and Jamie was there capturing every single moment while paying tribute to the late Heavy D. But here's where it gets interesting. Jamie wasn't just another party guest. He actually became Diddy's party planning guru. Can you believe it? His stories about teaching Diddy how to throw amazing parties on a budget have become absolutely legendary. He even shared the story on The Colbert Show. "You are out of your mind," Jamie told Diddy. "I will throw you a party for $400 that will rival this party." Now, Diddy was a bit offended at first. I mean, can you blame him? But he eventually came around. The next time he was in Los Angeles, he called Jamie like, "Yo, Playboy, I'm in town, make it happen." So what did Jamie do? He invited 200 of the absolute coolest people in town. When Diddy finally showed up, Jamie was like, "Puff, look over there on the dinner table. I got Kentucky Fried Chicken on a nice plate, Coca-Cola in a pitcher. We are at $28, and we are killing it right now." Jamie started gathering artists at his house because he was chasing his music dreams. Having new and established artists together, listening to their music, it was like a masterclass in networking. His connection with Diddy definitely helped boost his presence in all the right places. But honey, let me tell you, aside from teaching Diddy how to party on a budget, Jamie revealed that Diddy's parties were absolutely wild. These weren't just expensive bashes, they were hotbeds of unusual behavior, seemingly orchestrated by Diddy to fulfill his special fantasies.
Puff and Tupac was like a couple, seemed like to me. It was just a lot of weird shit going on, you know what I'm saying? The vibes ain't there. I guess that's what Tupac was talking about, the Illuminati.
But here's where things take a dark turn. It looks like Diddy might have wanted Jamie out of the picture for exposing all this tea. Last April, Jamie made this surprise comeback after being MIA for months due to those mysterious health issues, and what he revealed was absolutely shocking. Picture this. It's at this super fancy event at the Fairmont Plaza Hotel in Century City, celebrating Black, Latino, and AAPI achievements. Jamie shows up completely unannounced, and the crowd just loses it. The excitement in the room was electric as he took the stage to accept the Vanguard Award for his amazing role in The Burial. Jamie, being his charming self, immediately addressed what everyone was thinking, his mysterious absence. "I couldn't do that 6 months ago," he joked, pointing to the stage. "And I'm not a clone. I know a lot of people are saying I was cloned out there." The audience just ate it up, clearly relieved to see him back to his old self. But behind those jokes, there was something deeper. Jamie opened up about his health struggles, and let me tell you, it was intense. "It feels good to be here," he said, his voice full of emotion. "I cherish every single minute now. I wouldn't wish what I went through on my worst enemy because it's tough when it's almost over. When you see the tunnel."
Cherish life, man. I cannot tell you. I had some people in my life that really made sure I was here because it was dire.
The audience was hanging on every single word, completely captivated by Jamie's raw honesty. Then he got really deep, talking about how this whole experience changed him. "I have a new respect for life. I have a new respect for my art," he declared, looking around the room with such intensity. And then in this incredibly powerful moment, he started giving advice to all the aspiring artists in the room. "Don't give up on your art, man. Don't give up on your art," he practically begged. His words just hung there in the air, hitting everyone right in the feels. When you realize that it could be over like that, I got to tell you, don't give up on your art and don't let them take the art from you either. Now let's rewind to what started all this drama. While Jamie was filming his Netflix project Back in Action in Atlanta, he suddenly became the talk of Tinseltown when news broke about this mysterious medical emergency. On April 12, 2023, his daughter Corinne took to Instagram to update everyone, trying to calm everyone down by saying her dad was on the mend thanks to quick medical attention. But honey, as this whole situation unfolded, people started getting really worried. They had to cancel a scheduled scene, and everyone was wondering what this meant for Jamie's future in the industry. By April 14th, all these Hollywood heavy hitters like Kerry Washington, Viola Davis, and LeBron James were posting these heartfelt messages of support. It really showed just how much Jamie means to everyone in the industry. By April 17th, sources confirmed he was still in the hospital but getting better, finally giving fans some hope. Then on April 21st, word got out that he was awake and under observation. But then, plot twist. On May 3rd, TMZ dropped this bombshell that Jamie was still getting treatment, and when he couldn't show up for his hosting gigs, people really started to worry. Jamie finally took to Instagram to reassure everyone, saying thanks for all the love and letting everyone know he'd actually been out of the hospital for weeks. By May 13th, Jamie and Corinne announced this new game show, making it look like he was ready for his TV comeback, even though he later checked into this specialized recovery center in Chicago. But here's where it gets really juicy. Despite all these different stories floating around about his medical emergency, one particular rumor started gaining serious traction. Word on the street was that Jamie had been exposing too many industry secrets, and certain powerful people allegedly decided it was time to shut him up. In fact, earlier this year, Jamie himself was recorded telling a group of people in Phoenix that on April 11, 2023, he had this terrible headache and asked his friend for some Advil.
April 11th last year, bad headache. Asked my boy for an Advil.
Jamie then said he literally couldn't remember anything after that. He explained that he was in Atlanta when they rushed him to the hospital, and his sister and daughter took him to the first doctor. He mumbled something to someone next to him that nobody could quite catch on the video, but then he said, "Doctor said there's something going on up there," pointing to his head. "I won't say it on camera," he added quickly, giving this really meaningful look to the person filming. Fast forward to today, and sources close to the situation are saying Diddy and other A-list celebs are trying everything to keep Jamie quiet. But get this, they're not just using intimidation. They're allegedly throwing millions at their victims to keep all those dirty secrets about those freak parties buried deep. You see, this attorney Tony Busby, who's representing over 120 victims, just dropped a bombshell that's got Hollywood shaking in its designer boots. He's about to expose this whole network of high-profile people connected to alleged assault. orchestrated by none other than Diddy himself. But here's the tea. Busby's giving these celebs one last chance to settle things privately before their names hit the headlines. On October 7, 2024, Busby told TMZ that in cases like these, it's actually better for the victims to handle things privately instead of filing public lawsuits. And honey, he's already gotten settlements from several big names. We're talking major celebrities here. Now, while everyone's dying to know which stars are involved, Busby's being super careful. He wants to make sure that when these names come out, he's got all the receipts. He's doing thorough investigations to avoid any messy situations that could turn into a media circus. Listen to what Busby said, and this is a direct quote. "If you were in the room, participated, watched it happen, and didn't say anything or helped cover it up, in my view, you have a problem." His team isn't just going after the people who did the abuse, they're coming for everyone who stood by and let it happen. And here's the real shocker. Apparently, there's this whole thing with celebrities and powerful people who saw everything but kept their mouths shut. As Busby put it, all of these individuals and entities have exposure. Now, word on the street is that these celebrities are throwing around serious hush money to keep their names out of the headlines. It's just like we've seen before in the entertainment industry, rich and powerful people using their money to dodge responsibility. But wait, because it gets even juicier, apparently Jamie Foxx doesn't just have dirt on Diddy, he's reportedly sitting on some major tea about some of the biggest names in the industry, including Beyonce and Jay-Z. Word is, they've been paying off their own victims to avoid a scandal. Inside sources are saying these A-listers, who've always maintained this perfect public image, are absolutely terrified that Jamie might spill what he knows, especially about how they've threatened people to keep quiet. We all know Jay-Z and Beyonce will do whatever it takes to protect their brand. Just look at what went down with Piers Morgan.
So just to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored.
Let me give you the tea on that situation. Piers Morgan shocked everyone when he gave Jaguar Wright a platform to air out all the dirty laundry on national television. And honey, Jaguar didn't hold back. She went all in, claiming Jay-Z's been involved in some of the darkest stuff happening in the entertainment industry. The whole thing started with this explosive episode where Piers let Jaguar just let it all out. And trust me, this wasn't just some random interview. Jaguar came with receipts. When Piers asked her if she felt vindicated after all this Diddy drama came out, Jaguar made it clear this is just the beginning.
You feel vindicated
Yes.
by the events of the last few weeks?
No, not at all. Because he's just the beginning.
According to Jaguar, Diddy's just the tip of the iceberg. She spilled all the tea about her own experiences from 30 years in the industry. She talked about how the older folks tried to warn her about certain people, but even those warnings couldn't protect her from the trauma. Even now, decades later, she's still dealing with PTSD. But what really breaks her heart is hearing younger women telling the exact same stories.
Through these things, you're still suffering the PTSD created by all of this, and you're talking to a victim that's 20 years younger than you, and she's telling you the exact same thing that happened to you.
This, she says, is what makes Diddy and his actions so dangerous. It's this never-ending cycle of harm, generation after generation, all protected by the industry's code of silence. And honey, when Jaguar starts talking about the toxic culture, she knows what she's talking about. Before her record deal, she actually worked as a dominatrix, so she's seen firsthand how the entertainment and adult industries overlap. And let me tell you, Jaguar holds nothing back. She describes these absolutely horrifying things she either witnessed or heard about. We're talking ritualistic practices, drugging women, treating them like objects. And all of this has been kept under wraps for years with NDAs and payoffs.
It's all done under the protection of this is going to be paid off. There's another NDA. This is going to be, it's terrible.
According to Wright, people knew. So many people knew. But nobody was brave enough to speak up. Or if they did, nobody believed them. This wall of silence, she insists, is what's been protecting predators like Diddy all these years. But here's where it gets even creepier. Jaguar claims Diddy was specifically chosen for his role. She says he was handpicked to help control the black community in the entertainment world.
At him like he's the Sputnik that came out of nowhere. This is someone who was designed to be what he is. We got to stop making Diddies.
And get this, Jaguar thinks Diddy's recent silence isn't about loyalty at all. It's about fear. She says his powerful backers, the ones who've been protecting him for decades, still want to keep him quiet, but she predicts his ego and drug addiction will eventually make him talk, and when he does, oh honey, it's gonna be catastrophic for everyone involved.
His ego and his drug addiction won't allow him to do anything different. Anybody who thinks he's not gonna talk is crazy. He's got everybody on tape. They all know it.
When peers asked if Diddy would expose others, Jaguar didn't hesitate. She believes Diddy will have no choice but to talk, and he's going to take down so many high-profile figures with him. According to her, his silence right now is just temporary. You know what's crazy? Jaguar Wright has been in this industry for decades, and this isn't some new story she's telling. She's been speaking out against these very people for years. Back then, everyone dismissed her as some crazy conspiracy theorist, called her bitter about her time in the industry. But now, everything she said years ago is starting to line up with the facts. The thing is, Jaguar wasn't just some random outsider. She performed with Jay-Z. She's seen things that most people only hear whispered rumors about. So when Jaguar says Jay-Z is the mafia boss behind it all, well, maybe we should be paying attention. Sources are now saying Jay-Z's lawyers hit Morgan with a cease and desist order to stop him from talking about their connection to Diddy's scandals. Some people think Morgan got paid off to apologize publicly and sweep everything under the rug. But the big question remains, what exactly are they trying to hide? Why are they paying to keep things quiet? Is Jamie Foxx really the key to unlocking their hidden world? Let's think about Jamie's recent health scare. Many fans believe it wasn't just some random event, but a deliberate attempt to silence him before he could reveal everything. According to some fans, Fox was about to expose even more about Diddy's freak-offs and all the A-listers involved, and that's when things got dark. People are pointing fingers at Jay-Z and Beyonce, suggesting they might have been involved in a plot to Fox before he could talk. Now, these claims haven't been verified, but you have to admit, the timing of Fox's health scare and the silence that followed is pretty suspicious. So what happens now? Jamie Foxx is alive and well, but the question on everyone's mind is, will he speak out? Will his words be used against Diddy? Only time will tell. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye. Oh, folks. Bye. Oh, folks. Bye.